Alrighty, guys. We are getting ourselves loaded in. We have some slight changes within our gameplay. I know, uh, I know I'm loading in, right now. There is a couple of things I did change. I changed the way that the Euro Truck Simulator 2 is set up. Um, basically, we have some changes, some content change. We have a couple of new mods added because I fixed the issue within the game. I just wasn't gonna like install more mods if I had any issues. Continuing to have issues with the game, I was just gonna basically be like, eh. But I did find that I wanted to share with you guys a slight little bit of some stuff. You will now see the available locations down below and what mods I use. Down there, I do use all European mods except for the Orents and Project Greenland. Basically, and Extended Roads. I should put those down in there. Um, and then I do not use Sicilia or Project Sesco. Known issues. No Russia. Asia. I do use all of Asia, all of Africa, all of the Americas, and I use Project Indo and Australia for both of those. And in general, I use all of Beyond, SFIGC, and Beyond, and ProMods are pretty much what I use. So that's pretty much basically what we are currently doing. I don't think I am was in anything. I do need to go over into the option menu. Um, we need to go to our gameplay. We need to increase our rain probability to 18. Um, because I did add, and I'm going to save this too, just so that we have an update, because I want to we'll do live 125 2026. We'll save it just as a thing to show you guys that we're going to go to title to show you guys that I did have a slight change with the weather. The weather should now be updated to working with. We added realistic weather system, and I added realistic day and night into our gameplay. Um, More or less, these should be. I put the realistic weather system above these, and I put the realistic day and night below them. These are the extra mods that I do use that are all just pretty much basically skin trucks that you guys don't need to install. Don't need to worry about um, any of these any of these mod add. So everything that I have put in there in the description, you guys should be able to find all of that information available. Not all of it's there, but you can get into utilizing the game in that way, for driving. We're driving in a game like this. Um, Now, of course, everything within the thing is basically one of the things that I do want you to know. Um, that pretty much basically I start with pro mods. I will always use pro mods. Pro mods is the only mods that I will always stick with. I've been using pro mods for years. Okay, pro mods has been one of those staples that I've just used every pro mods forever. Just last year's when I started modifying and adding into our game to driving into the setup that we have for it all. Um, and let me be clear. A lot of the mod stuff that we do typically use. Um, uh, Fruit. I'm trying to get some other things loaded because I forgot to send out the notification. I do not send out the notification else elsewhere, but I probably should start sending out notifications um for that. Um and stuff. I do typically will tell you that within all of the games that um or within all the mods that I particularly use, um they will not only be through um the the um the map mods down below, but I will also be putting the complete file available for you up on the up on my website for you guys to catch and be able to see them that way as well. So that way there's a little text file that all you have to do is just download the text file and you will be fine. It's not going to be a virus or anything like that. If you see a virus or anything, then it's your own fault for it, pretty much. It's not my end because my computer pretty much is Linux based, and if if anything is tested to it, you shouldn't really have any issues. The only way you're gonna have problems is if you are downloading them from an unofficial source outside of the GMC community. Basically, that's where I do it, or the Steam Workshop. Most all of my stuff is Steam Workshop except for my truck skin for it. So that's pretty much what I use, and I particularly use in all. See? See? There is one other thing I needed to check real quick that I don't use. Um, where are you? I do not use the Navarric. Should put that in there too. But where are you? Orens. Yeah, because I use a Portugal rebuild, so that's why. Whoops. It'll be all. Orens. Or ents. And that is Orents. Um, Orents. Okay. And we do use, I forgot to put this in here because we're going to start putting those in here now in that so people can come in and see what maps we are utilizing. Um, so, um, yeah, so basically, I'm making sure that I'm not missing anything. Oh, that's Rush. No, we don't use Rush. Um, Europe. No Russia, no Asia. Oh, I forgot to put Horn of... Why did Horn of Africa get removed? Um, hold on. I'm gonna import... Hold on, we're gonna import this file here real quick. And I need to go find... Europe here real quick. Because I'm gonna get the files downloaded for you guys. We use that. And... Wales reskin. Okay. It's just going to be called My Mods 9, but it will be changed to basically the 1.57 setup for it. So there's all of the files for anybody who wants to use it. There they all are. I do use the dark ETS2 dark version. So just wanted you to know that. Anyway. Anyway, let's get ourselves going today. Today's gonna be... Okay. Just so that you guys can get the quick understanding of what I'm doing, and what we are running with. Okay, let's go to world, let's go to jobs, let's go to external contracts. Alright, we've got the canned tuna. Now, of course, the canned tuna is that much. Now let's go back here. I have services. Right now, I am just gonna do the recommended just to clear that out for now. We're gonna go to truck configurator anyway. Anyway, I shouldn't have really done that. We are going to slightly increase our thing there for it. Okay. I'm not changing much of anything to this truck right now because this is early stuff, but I'm gonna take out the mod stuff first and Steam inventory content. Okay, I'm just seeing what can no. Then we're gonna come over here and I'm gonna put the cell phone there for it. Now that's just going to give us a little bit more. It's going to add us a retarder. It's going to give us a little bit further on our driving capabilities. Now I could have easily not have done that, but we are sticking to pretty much seeing if adding it's Alborg, and seeing if we can pick up the canned tuna now. The canned tuna, I don't, it's got 2 on that. It's going, I don't think we're gonna be able to, Atlantic fish cod. We also got used packaging. That's still gonna require for me to empty pallets. Nope. If it's requiring me to do that, we'll go to Liverpool. We'll take this one. I want to be able to get as much as we can right now. I know we're sticking to a lot of UK. I'm also going to turn on some music this time. Time, and it allows for me now that I can just push the button. I figured we probably should add the retarder. It does improve us a little bit, so we can. Can just start taking things. I could have waited and saved up for a trailer for us, but I think what we'll do is we'll upgrade that. We'll see. make sure that we put that on refresh run. Now, of course, as we're kind of getting ourselves going, I know a lot of the titles that I have running for today are not the best titles. They're not the best for it, but I don't really care. Care on a lot of things. Because today basically um um we have this thing where a lot of things are going on and happening around the world that it's hard to keep up with everything. It is really difficult, of course. Um, but it's one of those things that we're never going to be able to get everything. We're never going to know what's going on everything. Um, but one of the things that, you know, that really is catching me on, or catching me in a lot of things, is politics, and we talk about it a lot here, and I know it's probably, people don't want to hear it, people want to find a way to tune it out, but there are other places to do that, and I'll give you a couple of recommendations. Like, if you still want to follow me and still want to catch up, and still want politics in some way, shape, or form, that's great. But I have a couple of content creators that you guys can go and follow that are outside of the scope of the things that I will tell you that if you're looking for non-political content, go look up Conflict Nerd. Like, seriously, like, Conflict Nerd has been one of those people that I've just watched over the years, and I've just come to enjoy his content, and of course, he's in one of the countries that, at least he's not an American, and that's a good thing for a lot of things. Like, I pretty much have, I do watch American things as well, but I pretty much basically watch Linus, occasionally Jay's 2 cents, and then I also watch, if you're looking for some political content and some political things, the ones that I watch pretty much primarily is Midas Touch, and Barnacules, Nerdgasm. Barnacules does kind of get into politics occasionally, but not always. He's always a tech YouTuber. He's kind of one of those people that has a thing that I always watch every Saturday. That's why I'm not always on, so you always catch me there at least. You'll always catch me there at least. You'll always be able to catch me on those platforms for those things and places like that. And then Midas Touch, Jesse Dollamore, occasionally David Packman. Now lately I have Fair and Balanced. You know, I'm not saying I stopped watching The Ring of Fire or whatever. I just don't watch The Ring of Fire as much. Because I was mostly followed Fair and Balanced for The Ring of Fire mostly, but I kind of don't watch him much either. It's mostly Midas Touch and mostly their side of things and the things that they do. I will, Brian Telecone, I'll get some of these things out of the way for a lot of people who really think that I don't follow people for political stuff and political styles of things. I pretty much basically follow the left a little bit, left-leaning, but not really the complete left. For a lot of things, I am not completely I am kind of one of those people that I am left. I kind of lean towards the left a little bit, but I am not, like, completely towards the left on everything. 90%, I am pretty much basically 80% on the left, 20% on the right. And the reason why I say I'm 20% on the right is because of two things. One, guns. Guns are the only things that I'm on the right with, and it's not that I am. There's one thing that I do not agree with, and that's just silencers. But that's just basically the softening of your gun. I understand why people need it, but at the same time, it's like we also need to have somebody that can hear like 4 or 5 blocks away and be able to hear somebody shooting when a cop needs to really get a grip on it. But at the same time, it's like they want to take away your gun because they basically saw him as a threat yesterday. This shooting that happened in Minneapolis again. Of course, you probably heard what's been going on, but it's like the right does not care about, basically, they want to take away your right to have anything but them. And this isn't the right, this is just MAGA itself. And basically it's like I stand with basically making sure that everybody has an equal opportunity to have the things that they need, the things that need to protect us, and the things that help us in our daily lives, like having decent school meals. You know, they were trying to pass a thing in North Dakota on pretty much basically allowing to have free school lunches for at least 1 year, at least, for every student. And it's like, but then they shot it down into the Senate. And it's like no, they don't care about. They say, oh well, we won't have the funds. Well, if you don't have the freaking funds, then maybe you should think about doing right and actually supporting the students and supporting them and making sure that they get a decent education so that they can come back and support your local economy and your local areas in these places. Instead of just being completely towards left, right, center, picking whatever side. I don't. And I'm pretty much basically a free speech warrior as long as you are I am somewhat leaning with a little bit left and right on this, I guess. I don't know how you would put it. Maybe center on freedom of speech. Basically, as long as you are pretty much basically not being a dick and not being how can I put it this way? As long as you're not being a dick, as long as you're not being mean to others, I don't care. I really don't. I really do take a little bit of some things that should not be said, and I don't care unless like the R word, like unless you're talking about the thing where when you talk about the R word in the sense of vehicles, that's a different story. But if you're talking about it in context, that's why a lot of times I do ban that word, but it's not like I am somebody that, like, if you're gonna use certain, like the N word or utilizing any ounce of those two words, I don't care. Those are the two words that I will not use around here, but that is your choice to make, and you can choose to wow. Okay. Do I absolutely... Oh, wait. Okay, I do need to go this way. I'm not a great driver. But there's like these things that basically when I look at the choices and the things that are being done and being made with the decisions on the things that I do, basically, I just basically don't care about a lot of your speeches, but there's a handful of things that I do care, and those are the things that when you aren't going to be showing nice or being nice to the LGBTQ community, you're not on my list. You're pretty much basically away from my decision on basically you're not here to support the community, you're not here to bring enlightenment, you're here to basically be mean, be a dick. You're basically not going to be around me. I don't care. There's things that I will say that yeah, it might not. I go to a church that does not agree with LGBTQ in a lot of things, but there's a reason for it, but that's beside the point. It's just one of those things that you can't really. That I really just basically said, look, I'm going to try to be nice. I'm going to try to be friendly around people, and I'm going to try to be, you know, that's why I a lot of times, I tend to also put my content for YouTube mostly around the 13 plus content. I usually try to keep it fairly maybe 13, probably like PG-13 content on YouTube, where I will occasionally, like, don't mind if I swear. Like the game, there are some points where if you're not 13, like watching my Call of Duty content, I put Call of Duty behind as an 18 plus content because guess what, I don't care if I lose followers because of that. But I usually will keep myself pretty much mostly keeping myself pretty much in those regards. There are some things that I also don't put my. There are some other things that we do not talk about around here unless it's basically um, there are some things that I will put in here that are probably going to somewhat break the rule of being nice and kind, but that's mostly because of um, basically, if you are sitting here and you are somebody that supports the MAGA community or supports Trump and his regime, basically you, oh frick, basically that side of things, I will not support you. I will basically tell you to get out. Basically, it is kind of pretty much somewhat free speech around here. Basically, being nice, being kind and courtesy to others is all I ask around here. And basically MAGA and the Trump regime, pretty much, because the politics that I talk about it as if I am left-leaning. I do watch a lot of left-leaning content. I am more anyway, we're gonna go to whole. We're basically right now. It is specifically we're just here, going to certain locations right now. We're just gonna stick on to this side until we can get around places and get to places um, by leveling up. Um, the more that we level up, the better, and the better that we can get further. I do want you guys to know that if you are seeing, that if you are coming in from Windows and you are starting American Truck or Euro Truck and you are coming in, just shifting over from a Windows to a Linux, like, it's one of those things where, within the tech world and the tech things, I will tell you, like, I'm kind of enjoying my Linux. I'm enjoying the ability to not be on Windows all the time. Like, I live stream through Windows. I use my Windows laptop for creating a game that I'm working on right now, but that's pretty much about it. Like, I'm pretty much, or I just use it when I am traveling for now, because as soon as I can seriously give up the Linux base, um, on it, pretty much basically, there's two things that I would want to get in my life that I really want to own at some point, more than I would actually want to own a um, you know, um, console base for like PSPs, or owning systems for pretty much basically, um, for it. But unfortunately, because I travel a lot, um, I would probably figure out some way to upgrade my Switch to the Switch 2 at some point, just so that I can I'll keep the Switch, but I'll have it for whatever, or maybe not, I don't know. It's one of those things where, money first. Um, but I always have to have at least some way to have access to, um, um, how can I put it this way? Basically, I want to be able to have access to the ability to utilize, um, access to Fortnite when I'm traveling, because if I don't have access to Fortnite for doing Save the World stuff, pretty much basically that's all I would do while I'm traveling, because I don't really want to play Fortnite. I really want to just not always be able to play the same games every day. Um, you know, and I'm going to be honest, I know yesterday I said I was going to get into 13 today. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to start changing a little bit around for what we do around here. I think what I might need to do is I'm going to come up with a, I'm going to come up with a thing to basically, where I want to do, 13. I think what we might do is I might change up some stuff. No, we don't need to go that way, because I have to turn to the left up here anyway. Where I think we might do Euro Truck on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. For I just wanted to see what kind of type of truck this is up there. But I want to be able to, basically change a lot of the ways that I think we will do is, I think that's what we might do. Or I might do, or I might do 13, well, because I'm only going to get 3 days out of the week anyway for any game, unless, Saturday, for whatever reason Barnacules is not on, um, I might just leave Saturdays off for afternoon streaming, because it just allows for me to get things done, do things around the house, if I need to get anything extra done, chores pretty much. Um, I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to pretty much do Euro Truck probably, I think we'll probably start with, starting today, I think we'll do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for Euro Truck, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for Final Fantasy 13, and get away from some of the stuff that basically I think that's just going to be best for us in a general sense of what I think we should be doing, and I think that's how we're going to do it. But we are going to still but I think that's what we'll do going forward, is just so that we can get 13 finished, and have a little bit of variety. Now, of course, unless I forget anything, night streams will, I think I'm going to go back to doing that, in that same sense of anything. And I don't care if you guys are watching, I don't care if you guys are following, I don't care about the followers, I care about just giving you guys the utmost desire for whatever you guys enjoy the content. And if you enjoy it, it's always great to be followed and subscribed on any platform. But if you're here on YouTube, make sure you do hit that bell notification with the all, because if you don't, you aren't going to get notified when I do go live. I'm pretty much live almost every day, in any way, shape, or form. Pretty much live through that. Twice a day, I'm live on the other two platforms, for Trovo and TikTok, at night, as well. So, and then once we get 13 done, guys, I'm gonna shift, and I might shift and change to doing some software ink, because I've been kind of itching to get back into get it back into a creative game for a little while. For it. So basically, in that regards, I don't know if that's how we're gonna stick with that content, or if we're gonna change some things around. But I'm thinking that's how I'm gonna do things, is basically try to get on at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and go until about 5:36. And just go driving for whatever, or go do Final Fantasy and maybe talk politics and things. But Final Fantasy will not be political driven. It will be just pretty much um, one of those things where everything derivative within, not everything derivative, but everything done um, within um, within the video game space and the video game terms of going on within the series, or basically taking the direction of just basically not trying to put politics on a daily basis, but uh, trying to basically have a series of driving and doing things of that nature to basically just make sure that we have variety around here, because I don't want to be like somebody that just goes out and consistently plays Call of Duty, or consistently plays Fortnite, or consistently just plays one game at a time. Right now, we're right now in 3 games at the moment, 4 games at the moment. We are in Euro Truck, Call of Duty, and Fortnite. But I will tell you, if I forget to live stream in the afternoons, be prepared. That if I forget to live stream in the afternoon, be prepared that you will probably most likely see a Call of Duty on the weekends. I will be doing Saturdays. We won't have afternoon streams. It will be a night stream of Call of Duty on YouTube, because I'm gonna basically start picking up a night stream. Just still daily doing YouTube every day except for Saturdays. Will be a night stream for that. Officially, YouTube will have pretty much 3 games going on. And then TikTok and Trovo will have 4. Yeah, we'll have 4. YouTube will have 3. The only one that will not be on YouTube is Fortnite, because of the way that Fortnite is set up, in a way that copyrighted music, that's why a lot of the music that I use from Panda Beats, or I use from New Retro Wave for free. These are things that I can utilize, that I just have to listen in the background. If you guys remember the game Wave Break, there are some songs from Wave Break in here that I have permission to use, but I do want to let you know that that's where all of my music comes from, because I am somebody that actively loves listening to retro wave music. It's one of those things that I basically, because I found a I was on YouTube and I just happened to stumble upon them one day, and I was like, oh, this sounds really nice. I'm going to pretty much pick up a lot of the content here and actually just go with it and actually just listen to the content now. And I found myself enjoying retro wave music from the Midnight, Lee Brock, Nina, Jessie Frey, things that just somewhat sound like they're coming from the 80s, but they're not. They're brand new stuff that sounds 80s. Like, another great example that I really like. Okay, it allowed me to place it there. Um, and we're now level 7. Since last time, guys, yesterday I did, if I have anything where I feel like I am done with chores or I've done with things throughout the day, um, Saturdays I'm going to sit down and just play American Truck or Euro Truck, and we'll just go from there. Um, right now I went with long distance. I have been going more towards the long distance or the eco driving right now. I did get one more for high value cargo, but I really don't think you should go for high value or fragile cargo, at least until you can get a new engine for your vehicle. If you're going with the same vehicle I'm using throughout the series, we are going to be picking every truck available within the game itself. Everything is going to be dictated based upon what I needs to be done, um, based on. Oh, I'm sorry. Um, it's going to be based on picking variety of vehicles, and we're going to have them in our fleet, and we're going to try them all out. So far, I've been liking the Scanias, but I've also been liking the Mercedes-Benz. Are my two favorites right now. But I really want to get into, and I really like the Iveco too. But we're just going around and sharing you guys with all of the available trucks within the game, and trying them out and seeing which trucks are great vehicles to drive in the game. The ones I don't like right now is the electric vehicles. We will do occasionally if we find electric vehicles out on the quick job market. Through that, we will drive utilizing some of those electric vehicles as well. But I am trying to debate, do I go eco driving and save a little bit more on fuel? Because right now, it's 10%, or do we go with longer distance? Because I'm not going to take fragile cargo, transport fragile goods. I don't want to take that right now until we get an upgraded on our vehicle. Just in time, I could do that one, I think. Just in time delivery, I think we will add that in. That's going to give us 30 for finishing an urgent delivery. 10% higher reward for finishing an urgent. Right now, it's set to 20% experience. We will get 30%. I'm going to add that in there. I think getting more quicker the experience. Now looky there. Right now we have $84 $710 to pay off. I want to right now all we got is the curtain side. The curtain side. We will get the wooden floor flatbed. For I think I have the one where it's set for the curtain side. Like just a plain old white curtain side. But then I also have my logo, my truck trailer that I have set up that we have utilized pretty much for everything. You guys might not be able to see the content there we go. Yeah, I don't have it set up for the one axle. But I might have like some of these will be put in where trucks do not have my logo set up. But if I go with the 2-axle, I would like to have the 2-axle spread, but we'll just have to stick with that. And the only thing I would upgrade is the... Okay, so standard lighting, basically this is what it would look like. For us, just so that we can start taking our own loads, not have to worry about much of anything. Yeah. I would definitely add the water tank down there just because we would need it. And it's just going to be me for a little while. I am not going to go... I'm just going to do basically try to get at least a high enough grade. It's going to be 31 for us. We can confirm that, but I would have to go to the bank. And in order for me to do that, I would have to take out a, I'm gonna take that out, and then I'm gonna see how much that's there. That's gonna be 288 a day. But I did take that, and now we're up to 22,860. I would only need to add 290 on to it for it, and then let's go to services. Let's go to our services. Let's go to our truck trailer purchase. We're gonna start with the we're gonna have one curtain side on our fleet. Because then once we start unlocking basically I'd like to get down to level 20 for it. Be able to start getting things there. So we will customize this configuration. We'll go there, but then we go down there. That's gonna bring us there for it. The dual axle spread. The only thing that I want to have on this truck right now is this thing, which is slightly over, but I think we can confirm, which we cannot have. It's just cosmetic, really. So it is really just cosmetic. Yeah, if we're having it double axled, we might as well put the side protection there, per se, for it. But I don't really see any point. I really don't see any point in doing the 2-axle wheeled side. I I really don't. Um, I really don't. And then we can throw you on there, and we would have, um, yeah, I don't see any need to put the extra thing there. We have the fire extinguishers. Yeah, I still think we should put the water tank in, though. And that's basically purchasable back in this Stavenberger up there. That's gonna put us at 959 for it. Can we, if I were to quick travel to Stroutenberger, it's gonna to Stavanger. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's gonna cost that much to travel there. So we will not try the truck out trailer yet. We'll not use it yet. We will take a couple more external contracts and things for us on our for it. So anyway, we will get back into driving probably tonight. I probably will drive tonight, maybe before I hop into Call of Duty. But I don't think I'm going to do that per se. Before I hop into Call of Duty, I might not. I might do it at 12 whenever Glass decides to get up, because I think he has to work tomorrow. I will probably drive some truck at 12. I'm gonna do the thing. The other thing that I will tell you when we do go live at night, that if I do drive at night, I do have a particular radio station. I am gonna remove both. I'm gonna keep you there. But the two that I like listening to is I like listening to this one right here. This one's based out of the UK. It is absolutely one of the best radio stations I've ever listened to. It's not just, it's a variety radio station. It has various genres from pop to country to rock to metal to house, disco, you name dance, you name this whole thing. You will get the ability to listen to whatever you want to listen to, like get some UK news, if you're out in the UK, or just want to hear some things coming from another perspective, and LGBTQ content from the UK, and the United States on things. They usually have people from various parts of the world, but mostly they're UK based, or mostly in America and Canada. I don't know if there's anybody from any other locations, but those are the places I noticed the most. But anyway, if you guys want to see content from me here on YouTube, TikTok, Trovo, make sure you guys are followed. It is great to be followed on the platform. Sorry I didn't get to any of your messages today through TikTok because my phone was charging and died, or was going to die, and I just forgot to pick it up and set it on the desk. I need to figure out, I need to get like a little stand that allows me to plug in that just basically puts right here on the desk that I can just have like a little um, stand that I can just strung the cord to being allowing my phone to charge for it. But anyway, and if you guys are watching here on YouTube, remember we do talk LGBTQ a lot. Not a lot. We do talk about tech, and we do talk about politics around here. So, and of course, if you guys are thinking that we're going to be a right-leaning or left-leaning if you're thinking that I'm going to be right-leaning or support or that, I'm already going to tell you right now, just by the sheer logo, the sheer pride flag, this is pretty much going to be most likely supporting of LGBTQ, supporting of the left in most cases. I'm not going to say every Democrat is perfect, not every Republican is ever perfect either. Nobody's perfect. The majority of people that I will not support absolutely is the Trumplicans. That Trump likes to call them the Trumplicans or whatever. But basically the Republicans that, or the people that support Donald Trump in any way, shape, or form. And I will tell you, if you voted for him twice, I will sympathize with you. I was that way too. But if you voted for him 3 times, shame on you. I will shame on you. And if you start really coming out and saying, hey, you wish you would have done these things better, of course, people should be doing things better. People should be taking into consideration things better for the betterment of society. We should be making things better for America instead of putting us back into an era where we had ideals that were different that basically people did not like, and if you did not like those ideals, it's like, for me, it's like, I don't want to see your ideals of women not being able to vote, women not being able to have any ounce of having some choice in the matter. Everybody should be able to get the right to make their own decisions, and it should not be collectively based on the head of the household, the man of the household, or that it should be based on each individual person, because every single person is different. And the more people that we do have voting, the more it is just giving the ability for people to make decisions for everybody. And I am somebody that if you don't want women being, if you don't want trans people in the restrooms, then I don't want you in the then I don't want you complaining about it when a trans man has to use the women's restroom because you don't agree with trans people in general. There's a lot of things that are out there that I don't agree with. Like, if you're left leaning, right leaning, don't care. If you are out there and you are going against trans people because you dislike what they're doing, well, you're going after women in general, not just trans people. You're going after and basically saying that women are lesser than men, and that's not how it should be. It should be equal. Men and women should be equal. They are everybody. It is created the same. Everybody should be treated as if they are the same. No. We all have different values. We all have different beliefs and different ways of thinking. But we all should genuinely be more collective. That women should be able to be at least have more say in a lot of things than just men having the whole entire say or whatnot, and making sure that women have the care that they deserve more than anything. if a woman does not have the right to make a decision, then then uh if you're somebody out there that you want a woman to be at the head of the household, but then, you know, wants women to not be the head of the household. I'm saying basically women to be a stay-at-home person when the economy right now does not sit to support a household where the woman stays at home. Today you cannot have a woman being stay-at-home moms. You can't. With the economy and the ways things are going, it's not right to basically say that the men should be bringing in all the money and making decisions for the woman, and doing basically being that way. It's not. It's basically, it should be done with both sides have to work together in the house, because basically you have to learn everything. Everybody should be able to learn how to cook. Everybody should be able to learn how to do laundry. Everybody should be able to learn how to do the basic necessities at all costs. But anyway, I'm gonna get off. So like I said, if you guys are watching through TikTok, sorry I didn't get to your messages. I know that's one thing that I will be better at tonight. Make sure you guys are followed here on Trovo as well. It's all free to do so. It is not free, however, to subscribe on Trovo. But if you want cute cat emotes, cute cat things, cute cat emotes or pride emotes, well, not pride emotes, but cute cat emotes, you guys can hit that follow for the pride stuff, but you won't get access to cat emotes unless you are subscribed. So anyway, also if you guys want to see content here on YouTube, it is absolutely free to subscribe here on YouTube. But make sure you do subscribe, that you hit that bell notification with the all, and we will catch you guys back here tonight for some Call of Duty, maybe some trucking. We'll see. I have been getting off at 4 o'clock in the morning because because I have nothing better to do. I should be really looking for a job and things, but I just don't want it. It's not the thing as I probably should, even though with all the thing I shouldn't be afraid. I should just bite the bullet and just get a job. But anyway, I will tell you this, if you guys subscribe, and the more that you subscribe, the more likely it is to be able for me to get to that point of the more that you share without the stream, the more that you get here, the more likely that you will be able to see more content and better things coming down the road. If you enjoy trucking, you enjoy talking, you enjoy the video gaming stuff, hit that follow, hit that subscribe. And if you do hit that subscribe on YouTube, if you don't hit that bell notification with the all, you're not going to get notified. But if you're on your phone, I don't have my notifications turned on my phone for it. There's a point where I don't have it for on my phone because of because I don't want to get notified of things coming on my phone for things that I just already on YouTube. I'm on it on every day. I don't need the notifications coming on my phone to go ping 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 ping. I have way too many of those already as is. I get Newsbreak on my phone. I get Smart News on my phone. where I get a lot of my news from, through an aggregate like that. I get my news also from Midas Touch and other places on YouTube as well. But anyway, we will catch you guys later. I gotta go make some supper. So, bye!